Hey, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to come on here and tell this story about a spider encounter that I had approximately 12 hours ago. As of making this video, it happened 12 hours ago. And I really wanted to come on here and tell the story while it was still kind of pretty fresh in my mind still. I'm still recouping from the aftermath of what happened with the bug, and it just really scared me. So I wanted to come on here and tell the story. So let me take you back here. We'll say it was about 9 p.m., so somewhere around there. I was watching Asmongold on over on Twitch, really nice guy. You should probably check him out sometime. But he was playing Tower of Fantasy, a new it was sort of a weird Genshin Impact game. Doesn't really look that cool, but it was fun. He was saying like, shut up to all the characters. It was pretty entertaining, right? But all of a sudden, out of my peripheral vision, over on the wall here, I noticed like a movement. It was sort of out of place. And I have a nail hole up here where I used to have a nail, so I thought it was that, and I was seeing things, right? But so I look over and I see a moving object, sort of like a UFO, but not in the sky, on my wall. And now that's when I really start freaking out, right? So and I look, and it takes a couple seconds for me to really process this in my slow little like ant brain. So it starts moving, and then I realize it's actually a spider. And it was at the time, I don't really turn on the lights in my room, so it's super dark in here. And I kid you not, it starts moving along the wall, and it starts scurrying like down here near to where my keyboard is. And my keyboard was up against the wall, kind of like this at the time, because I usually want the room on my desk, right? So I start squirming around. I move the keyboard out of the way. I get the wrist rest, and I try to kind of guide it back up away from the keyboard, because God forbid it gets on the desk. Everything's contaminated at that point. I'd have to actually desanitize everything. I don't know where that spider's been, but that's kind of just my paranoia, right? So it starts like scurrying up the wall. So I'm glad it's sort of going up here. You can't really see. Just imagine like right here, this white wall is just extended. It's just bigger. Like you just drag the edge on paint just up. So it gets all the way up here, and then I start screaming, and my dad comes in. He's like, "Yo, what's going on?" Right? So I'm like, yo, it's a big, big spider. And this thing was it was pretty decently sized. It wasn't a small spider. It was maybe, something like this, with legs included. And it had an ass, too. It had like a full ass. I don't think it was pregnant. I don't think it had the baby spiders. You see those videos on the internet where some dude, he takes a broom and he fucking smacks the spider, and then like 80 million more spiders come out, right? Luckily, that's not what happened here. I would have been devastated if that's what happened. But yeah, we get the spider, and that end of the story, right? But no, the story goes way deeper than that. So now we're sort of getting into the epilogue here, the part after the story that it kind of continues the story. Some things do it well, some things do it bad, right? But in this case, the epilogue is actually amazing. So what happens is, so the spider's dead, whatever, it's over, right? And then I start thinking, what if there's more spiders? What if there's that was like the husband, and there's a wife. So I start looking around. I check every single corner. I don't find anything, right? But then I head into the closet, and the closet is where the story actually it starts ramping up a little. Usually, whenever I go in my closet, I don't go in there often, right? So I'll check like all four corners of the door side, and then I'll look inside, and then I'll grab what I need, and I get out, right? But no, this time there was actually a spider in there. I'm not sure what it was. It was kind of dark, but I had a paper towel in my hand, and I had my little headlight that I use a headlight, like one of those mining lights that miners have for caves. I have one of those, and I shine it in the corner, and I see a shadow, and it's a moving shadow. So I thought it was like maybe a dust, right? So I move it around, and the shadow is moving, which means whatever that is floating. So I'm like, oh shit, there's a fucking spider in here. And it starts moving. It went up the wall a little. I was like, shit, and I fucking boom, like it was gone. All right. But now I'm paranoid because there was a spider encounter not even like 20 minutes ago, and there's a second one, which means there could be more. Everything starts going through my head, and I'm like, shit, I need to find where they're coming from. I need to patch up the holes. Something's wrong here. Something's clearly, there's a clog in the system, you know? So I come out and I sit on my phone and I start Googling. Like, I'm like, uh, insect in house. What do you do, you know? And the Google, it's not the best thing to do when you're panicking, right? And there's articles coming up talking about termites, carpenter, ants. Like there's pictures of spiders. I hate it when sites do this, right? They list things. It's like it's for people that are scared of insects, right? Like you'll Google like fear of spiders, right? And then Google decides, hey, yo, this guy's scared of spiders, right? Yeah, let's give him a picture of a big ass spider, a big furry spider. Like, oh, it's like, oh shit. Now I get scared. I jump in the chair, and I'm like, oh well, it's not real after all, right? I did say that earlier. But now I end up doing this for an hour, and I end up going on my phone. I go through like 8 different lists of like things that ways that insects could get in your home and whatever. And I'm really not scared of this. No, wait, I actually am, but that's besides the point, right? But I end up going back, and I end up sitting back down. I can't even focus on the stream anymore. So at this point, I'm like, shit, I'm just gonna head to bed. So but today, usually I'll just lay down in my bed, and I'll put on a stream, and I'll fall asleep, right? Or music or something. But today, I'm paranoid. I just had 2 spiders. I found 2 spiders, and I was paranoid. So I check all the cracks. I don't actually have like a stand for my bed. Maybe I'll put a picture if I remember. But my bed is just kind of sitting on the floor, right? So there's cracks between the wall and the bed, and I'm like, shit, what if there's a spider in there too, right? So I go and I check all the cracks, and nothing's there. And I actually moved all the pillows away from the edges today, just in case, what if a spider comes up? I sound so fucking paranoid, but I don't actually sleep. I sit there paranoid for a good like 20 minutes, and I stand up and I bring my phone back over here, and I just look at the wall again just to make sure that there's not like a second one, And there really wasn't a second one. And I was like, oh, all right. So yeah, that's where the story concludes. There's a little bit more after. This morning I woke up at about 5 a.m. I tore up all the carpets on the floor. Like, I didn't actually bring them up. I have these like pieces of carpet that I kind of leave on the floor, so it's like warmer in here and the sound is better. So yeah, I tore all those up. I vacuumed everything. I didn't find any other insects. Luckily, I think just that was like a rogue spider that somehow maybe latched its way onto my shirt or something and kind of came in my room. And I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, I ended up spending about 3 hours from like 5 in the morning till 8, just kind of cleaning up, vacuuming, cleaning up all the carpets and stuff. I actually find the caulk gun that I have, it's like the white little like jelly stuff. It's not really jelly. It's like a weird hard soft clay. And I find some holes, and I kind of patch them up, and that's really where this story ends. That's all the tale. That's all the tale told. The folklore here. So take care. Go do something you like, and until next time.